Welcome to Steve's World UK. Today I'm at Longleat Estate in Wiltshire. So today, the last winter safari at Longleat is part of my world. Coming up on Steve's World UK, a close encounter with an affectionate camel in the car, catching up with the endangered white rhino, and it's all kicking off in the big cat enclosure as the lions begin the new year up to mischief. That and so much more. So it's New Year's Day at Longleat, the first day of 2024, and I wish you all a happy new year. So come with me and let's take a look at my last winter safari of the Longleat season. So as you can see, the weather conditions are a little bit drizzly, but at least the winds have died down on the first day of the brand new year. So this will be my first safari that I've been on while the weather's not been particularly great. So it'll be interesting to see how many of the animals are out and about today. So let's take a look, see what we can find. So I'm currently at the African village. In front of me now is the African traders where you can get all your souvenirs and merchandise. So first up in African village is the African spurred tortoise. Probably all safely tucked away, hibernating for the winter. And there's one of them now, as expected, right underneath the heat lamps. What better place to be on a cold, wet New Year's Day. So it might be January the 1st. But there's one tortoise that's certainly not hibernating today.
Big tortoise. It is. Oh, a tortoise. Oh, you can see his face. It's so cute. Hello.
Right, Fox, can we go there? Can you see it? Dead? He used to walk around the field. Is this the scene?
Now I'm pretty certain we're not going to find any lemurs out and about today. But let's take a look anyway. So this is the last stop for the toilet facilities, refreshment areas, before we get back in the car and drive around the safari. Looks like it's the perfect weather for these goats there. So let's catch up with these guys first. Error correction. These are the Somali sheep, not the goats. I do apologise. Now normally these cheeky lemurs will be out and about all over these ropes, but they do prefer the warmer climates. Today isn't quite one of those, so I'm sure they're all tucked up in the warm.
This is mum, son and daughter.
Right. So how old would they be?
So we're not actually sure how old mum is because she was found at Heathrow Airport.
Oh right.
She was smuggled over illegally.
Wow.
So we're not sure. But you would estimate about 20.
Yes.
And then daughter we estimate about 12, and then son's about 10. He was born.
That's an unusual find at Heathrow.
Yeah.
Sure that wasn't duty free.
No.
It's like hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, isn't it? Oh, they're cold.
Conservation Centre and shop is closed for today. So this is where you can find out a little bit more about the conservation work that's been done at Longleat. And get a few gifts, souvenirs. Watering hole cafe, not just for animals, but for humans seeking that last little refreshment before they embark on a safari. The weather's turning a little bit, and over in the distance there we can see some of the zebras out and about. They're braving the cold and the wet. Hopefully we'll get a little closer look very shortly. So just before I go, I'm going to head in and take a look at the African Traders souvenir shop before we hit the road. Hello. So as I leave, it looks like the zebras have decided the rain's got a little bit too much, and they've taken a little bit of shelter, and I don't blame them. So now we're continuing with the African safari. Looks like these emus are certainly enjoying the weather. This one up close, gonna say hello. Brilliant. Quick tap of the car. It's safe to say that we're far enough away from this emu, so there's no further tapping on the vehicle. Pesky animals. You gotta love them. Now I've heard of potholes, but there literally is a camel in the road. And he ain't moving. Hello, camel. Wow. Right, well, he's kissed the camera. He's back for more. Hello. So, what is the highway code protocol for having a camel stuck in your car? Yes, that's great. Thank you very much. Brilliant. You look very warm. Oh. Happy New Year, Campbell. Seriously, I really don't know what to do. I think this camel has taken a liking to the car or me. Right, buddy. Right, the camel's back. Right, okay. Right, go away. Well, you can officially call me the Camel Whisperer. I've never been hit on by a camel before. I don't think many of you can say that on New Year's Day. Although, you've probably woken up with worse. Too soon? So I'm now entering the deer park. Now, warning that these deers can damage your car. And considering moments ago I've just had a camel's face inside of mine, I think this might be a walk in the park. So there are all the deer on a little snooze. Now, during the summer months you can feed these deer and they get up close to your car, like the camels. They're not scared of sticking their heads inside your vehicle to eat everything you have got. Literally. So be warned. Next up is literally one of my favourite animals in the park. This is the white rhino. So this is a secretary bird just next to the antelopes. So shortly it'd be time to roll up the windows as we enter the tigers and lions and the wolves of Longleat. Now, a little trick when you're going through these gates, if you see the yellow line, that is going to be the side that is going to open up first. So if you want to get a little head start in front of the rest of the traffic, then always choose this side. So now in the tiger enclosure, and taking a little bit of shelter is probably the second tiger cub that's left at Longleat. The first one, Rusty, was moved to Blackpool Zoo back in the summer. So this is probably Yoki, I'm guessing. How gorgeous is she? So I'm just at the entrance to the lion enclosure, and the lions are playing up a little bit and giving the keepers a bit of a run for their money because they're quite near the entrance to the gate. So just held up here for a little bit, and hopefully when we get in we'll see them in action. So last but not least, entering the wild wolves. So that completes my tour of the last safari of the season. So despite a little bit of rain and it being a little bit cold, some magnificent footage there of the lions and a close encounter with a camel. What more could you ask for? So that's going to do it for today. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on great future content from Steve's World UK. Until next time, be safe, be good, be kind and be careful.
It takes 24 hours for the world to turn once, but only 2 seconds to like or subscribe to see great future content from Steve's World UK.